Here with Coach Nimz as we get the season started. It is here. It is I don't know. I know it hasn't snuck up on y'all. Maybe it has, but it feels like it's kind of snuck up on me a little bit. But excited to play on Tuesday night at home in the home opener, and we'll get to that in a minute. But Coach, give me some thoughts. Give me some feelings, some emotions on how preparation has gone. Bringing in 11 new players with a good core of returners like Sharna and Jasmine that have been here a while. So how has the team grown and bonded and prepared for the season?
Yeah, obviously we've been at it since July, and so I know that everybody's itching to stop playing against and practicing against one another. But as far as our preparation goes, we started really from the very base level. We brought in 11 new faces, and yes, we have a handful of returners and starters. But we're having to pair that with 11 new faces. And so really starting at that fundamental, very foundational piece, and just have been growing every single day. So maybe going a little bit slower than what we would like, but I think in time as we continue to work through this non-conference schedule, a lot of these pieces are going to start having those aha moments. And so where it maybe feels a little bit slower right now, I think it's going to hit a point where we're like, aha, and then it's going to make a pretty big jump, or so I hope. But the girls are doing a good job. They're buying into the process every day, and learning a lot. It's a lot, and it's a lot with 11 new players. So I think they're doing a really tremendous job, and we're excited to finally get on the court here soon.
You mentioned sort of those leadership returner kind of qualities that I feel like have to have been helpful for you from Sharna, from Jazz, especially since they've been with you now for going into their fourth year. We talked about last year how you never coached anybody for more than 3. Now you get 2 with 4 years experience. So how big of a role have they played in this preseason?
I think the biggest thing, and not just Jazz and Sharna, but really all the returners, all of them understand the intangibles and what we deem Lady Demon basketball. And that could be just the little things to tucking our shirts in, having our earrings out, being on the court at a certain time, how we do things in the volunteering world. And and having kids that already understand that and hold the line there has been great. And then obviously they take that same stuff, how we finish sprints, or how we communicate on the court through drills, different things. It's like having 5 other coaches with you, kind of helping to build the process or build the standard of the program. So definitely always appreciative of them and what they're bringing to the table every day.
Part of this college basketball and really college sports world as we live in now is you're going to see a lot of new faces every year, maybe more so in basketball than any other sport. But it seems like this class, there's 11 new players with the combination of the freshmen, the JUCO players, all that sort of stuff. They feel like this is a class that you can really be excited about what they potentially could do on the floor. So what's your excitement level for them?
I think that all of them have the ability to produce minutes right away. But yeah, absolutely. This group in particular, that's a good foundation, and it's a good foundation to continue to grow. Obviously, we've been here those last 5 years, and we've been getting things moving and growing. And I think this is just that next piece to kind of help us take that next big step. But not even just the excitement about what they could do, is I think they can do it now. It's just we're going to have some bumps and bruises probably throughout all of non-conference. But again, our main focus is every single day approaching the first game, the second game, so on and so forth, just making sure that our long-term goals of being ready for Southland Conference play are number one. And that's just got to be what it is with such a new team and a young team. Handle the bumps and bruises, handle the learning moments, the ups and downs with some maturity. As long as we're continuing to grow and move forward, I think I'm pretty excited for the now, even more so than maybe years to come.
Before we get to Southland Conference play, obviously you have to play a gauntlet of a non-conference schedule.
Always.
Obviously looking to LSU on Friday, but got a home win on Tuesday against Champion Christian, and your 5th season now. Is the excitement level still the same as we start a new season?
Yeah, I'm always excited. That might be a weirdo, but I'm excited to go to practice. So I'm excited every single day to have an opportunity to help these girls get better, to help us get better as a program, and then for me to get better as a coach. And so excited. We're going to play an incredibly tough Champion Christian team. I believe they finished 24 and something last year. And the thing is with some of the non-Division I games that you're playing, you mentioned it earlier, and just in the world of basketball and transfers and different things, I think NAI is an incredibly good place to beat, because there's a lot of kids that are transferring and maybe finding themselves at an NAIA school and being an absolute dominant player. So it's a game that's going to be, really hard for us. We're playing with a lot of young kids and a lot of new kids. So we're going to have to be ready to get out there and show them Lady Demon basketball right from the start, because they're an incredibly well-coached team and they're going to be an incredibly good team.
Besides the obvious of having more points than Champion at the end of the game on Tuesday, what does a win look like on Tuesday?
I think shoring up some of the things that we're not necessarily seeing sometimes in practice, where we're seeing it at some good defensive rotation sometimes, and then we get a bad beat baseline, or we're seeing some good offensive execution, and then we take an ill-advised shot. And so it's kind of fixing a couple of the detail things. Obviously, winning and scoring more points than them. But as far as the intricacies of the game, it's just being able to shore up some of those things that we're not finishing out possessions, right? And so I think that's something that we're going to be looking forward to, but just kind of getting some of those foundational things, getting those done every single game, or getting better at those every single game. That's going to be what we focus on.
Coach, thanks so much. Happy 24-25.
Thank you. Clarkham.